The remote hole-in-the-rock road runs for 60 miles through the desert and canyon country of the Escalante to Lake Powell and the Colorado River Gorge. Towards the end of the road are a few less frequented canyons, given the 100-mile bumpy round trip deters most. But Llewellyn and Davis Gulches are worth the drive, with the added benefit of a beautiful camp spot underneath 50 Mile Point with the stark yet beautiful desert landscape. You'll need to be entirely self-sufficient, bringing plenty of water and food. Road was a bit rough the last 20 miles or so, but certainly fine in dry conditions. Just have to drive slowly over some of the rocky areas. We've parked on slickrock underneath 50 Mile Point on Hole-in-the-Rock Road. Go across country to Llewellyn Gulch. From the slickrock parking there is a trail that leads up onto that upper bench. The trail gets better the further you go. Underneath 50 Mile Point there is a trail with human footprints, although it's probably more a cattle trail. Looking across Llewellyn Gulch, what an amazing expanse of slickrock. Looking at the aerial photography, Llewellyn has 3 upper forks, which guidebook author Michael Kelsey names North, Middle and South. In Steve Allen's guidebook, my understanding is that Allen's North Fork is Kelsey's Middle Fork. We chose to enter Kelsey's Middle Fork because it sounded more challenging and fun. We've come in at the head of the Middle Fork and some shallow narrows already. Number of little drops. First drop in the Middle Fork. Very short. If that big boulder wasn't there, you would get around the side. Second drop, another boulder pile. You can almost climb down through a hole there. The Middle Fork has 2 slot sections of about 200 yards long each. We have reached the Middle and South Fork junction. We're going to go and have a look up the South Fork. The South Fork is about 500 yards long. I've walked up to a point, maybe 200 or 300 yards, where you can get out. South Fork's a little bit wider. Llewellyn Gulch does have some technical difficulty with a couple of short rappels, so it's suited to those with technical gear and some experience rather than straight hikers. It's possibly the North Fork coming in there with a bit of a down climb. And then immediately down canyon there's a large boulder with a down climb. Very nice. Straight away after that North Fork. This pool seems to go for a bit of a way. Little frog. Suggests it is damp here quite often. The upper part of Llewellyn isn't visited often, but the lower section is. Another 3 miles further, the gulch joins Lake Powell, where houseboats can often be found staying the night. The lower gulch has a permanent flowing stream and Native American art. From where we entered, it's about 1.5 miles to where we'll exit to the north up a fun climb. I think we're coming to the junction with the first major side canyon on the north side. And just after that side canyon, there must be a seep in the wall there with lovely hanging gardens. The canyon walls have opened up and you can definitely get out on the left up ahead. We're going to keep going to have a look at the fins. Well, it's a bit more challenging to get out on the left than we thought, but there could be some Moki steps going underneath that ledge. I think these are Moki steps. Moki steps are the name for manufactured steps cut or ground out of the rock by Native Americans for easier passage through the steep terrain. Looking down the Moki traverse. The Moki steps are the first exit option to the north. There are several walkout options to the south. After the Moki exit, we're back into some narrows. This is the deepest pool yet, waist deep, and we're level with the fin. Big fin of rock right in the middle of the canyon. You come through right hand side of screen, and after the Moki steps, it's about 600 yards to the next exit on the north side. Yeah, wow, impressive. The rock fins are quite an amazing natural feature. They can be clearly made out from the satellite imagery. Fourth fin, and on the left is another side canyon coming in. Canyon is beginning to widen there. Hard to see looking into the sun, but we're at the last fin. We're going to exit here at a side canyon, go up to the nose, round to the right. There's a little ledge that you can climb, walk up, a little exposed, not bad at all. Little narrow ledge. Then I'm going to climb up here. Crumbly rubbish rock, but then you come back onto the nose and climb what might be class 4 there. Climbing up just to the side of a little arch here. Underneath where the camera is, you can get your hand under the arch. And then we're up.
I did a really bad job of videoing that. Well done.
Now out onto the slick rock. You can see that dome there. The Moki step exit is at the bottom. And we're just going to be following lots of slick rock back towards 50 Mile Point. Llewellyn Gulch is an enjoyable day in the slick rock, a long way from paved roads down Hole in the Rock Road. The reward is a pristine canyon with picturesque hallways and a fun exit climb with fine views.